Hi guys, welcome. Oh, I'm feeling energized, very energized and fantastic right now. Um, just give me a second here. Hopefully you guys are doing well. If you're new to my channel, welcome, most welcome. I do the 13 zodiacs. So if you're curious about what the 13 zodiacs are, just do your research. You can also message me and ask me about it as well. That includes 13 of them. So not just the 12, but the 13, which would be a ficus being the 13th. So modesty is nice. Modesty is great. And we can all have modesty right now. But it doesn't mean you can't shine your authentic light. It doesn't mean you can't be yourself. It doesn't mean you can't be burning bright. It just means that sometimes other people may be getting their karma, or maybe certain things happen around you, or maybe you're succeeding and doing really well and other people may be having a hard time. They may be learning how to swim. And by that I mean emotionally, because waters are tied to the emotions, right? Now that being said, it's not about the harvest. Most people think it's about just the harvest, but once you consume everything, then what? It's about the seeds. So when you have your harvest, let's say it doesn't come full bloom, or maybe you don't get everything that you wanted right now, or maybe somebody came along and tried to steal from you. It's not about the harvest, it's about the seeds, okay? So that means the knowledge, the wisdom, what you have learned, what you have survived, all the things that were given to you authentically, that's meant for you, your God-given gifts or your divine gifts, whatever you want to label it as. But it's meant for you. And those seeds are truly important. They're seeds of wisdom, they're seeds of encouragement, and then on the other spectrum, there's seeds of doubt, there's seeds of confusion. So what we do with the information that we have is truly important. And if we are harvesting those seeds that we collect from the harvest, if people don't collect the seeds, how do they grow something in the following year? How are they to do that? They need to be able to plant for the following year. They need to be able to share the information that they've learned so people can grow, they can learn and develop as well, collectively, in my opinion. So yes, it's nice to be modest. Don't be too cocky. I know myself, when I've been in a cocky mood or something like that, I get my ass handed to me, or I get a little bit of humility or something like that, and I get reminded once in a while, but I don't take it to the extreme. I would consider myself fairly modest. Every day that I go outside, I'm not projecting or boasting or anything like that. I do what I need to do. When I'm confident with good intention. And I believe that you are too. So we'll get right into the reading. Just give me a second. I wanted to listen to something different in the background. Of course, I can't use anything that's copyrighted, because that would be a red flag on the YouTube. So I try to go with things that are instrumental or a little bit different. Right now it's Gaelic music. Part of my 2% Irish, 48% Scottish. I pre-chose a card. I only have a few readings left. There's 4 left over here, plus the one I have here, so that's 5. 5 could be symbolic for you. That's changed. Gemini, when it's broken down for gematria, it's the number 3. 3 specific. You could be up against certain people that may not be doing the work on themselves. So that's not a... It can be problematic, but it's not an issue, because you've already learned how to navigate around it. You've learned that you need to be modest. You've learned that you can take those seeds and use them for good. The other people may have just wanted the harvest. So they want the success, they want the money, they want the acknowledgement, they want the attention, all that, but they don't want to do the work for it. And maybe they've come along and tried to take that from you. Fine. If that's what they need, it's not going to last forever because they didn't work for it. But you have the seeds for the future, which is amazing, okay? Don't ever second guess those seeds that you have planted, even the good ones. Some may be dormant. Some may be flourishing right now. Some may be growing in a safe space away from the external. Some may have been taken from you when it comes to the things that you've grown with those seeds, but you ultimately still have the seeds. So don't worry too much, okay? So we'll get right into it, Gemini. So what I usually do if you're new here, thank you to all my subscribers that have been with me since day one. You are amazing. I hit the 888 mark that I wanted. That's it. That's all I expected from myself. I was like, can I get 888? Why? Because I like the number. It's symbolic to me. Path life number 8. It's kind of like a tie, maybe an Atlantic tie, maybe a Viking tie. But to me, it's special. And I want to thank you guys. You helped me. And that's all I ever wanted too. Like, even if I don't get no more subscribers, fine. If nobody likes my shit, fine. If there's only a few people that want to watch it, that's fine. The right people will watch it at the right time. I do believe that. And they'll come across the information they need at that time. So it is not scheduled for anything. It's divine timing. The divine chooses who sees my videos and who doesn't. Who watches and who doesn't. So I'm not so focused on the likes and subscribes. Yeah, it's great that I've reached what I've reached right now, but that's not my main focus. All right? Okay, what can we get for Gemini? Some changes coming. There may be good changes and bad changes. And by bad, I don't mean awful. It just means unexpected, maybe. You may feel like you're unprepared for something, but actually you have the seeds, like I said, so you're not unprepared. So don't freak out. Stay calm. Stay grounded. Get outside if you need to get outside. Okay? I have been working my butt off. And I'm very, very proud of myself, and I love myself very, very much. I'm proud of my inner child. I'm proud of everything that I've done for me. Oh, wow. Okay. So we've got Judgment, we've got the 3 of Coins, we've got the Ace of Clubs, and the 8 of Swords. All right? So something that kept you bound, whether this be in your own head or this be other people that they try to place on you. Other people could have wanted you from an early age to stay bound to something. There's been a judgment call on that. It's no longer able to go forward. They're not able to keep doing the same repetitive thing. I know there are some people out there that use their gifts for not so good reasons, and I understand why. I'm not giving them an excuse. I understand why they do what they do. Usually it's like a self-survival mode thing, and they tap into that and they do anything and everything to protect themselves, when really doing harm to others is kind of doing harm to themselves. So they're lacking that whole self-love. And when they lack the self-love, they're just doing more damage on themselves, especially when you go up against somebody that's maybe protected, somebody that's got that's very quick or very sharp. 3 of Coins. With your gifts, this judgment's coming to play. This music's so nice. This judgment has come into play because you've been using the keys, you've been using your gifts. Only one lock has 1 or 2 keys. Sometimes you can make replicas, but ultimately the locks have a key. Let's say it's a gate, and the gate's to protect your yard. You have the key. Nobody else can be hopping that fence. They could try. They may hurt themselves doing so. They could try to damage or break it, but ultimately there'll be consequences on their part. You have the key to safely open the door without damaging it. Walk through either side, and that is of duality. That's also of here in the physical realm and the spiritual realm too. You have the keys for that. And the Ace of Clubs, taking charge, doing what you need to do for you, going on the right paths or carving a path for other people to get to this safe haven. You have produced whatever you need to, like these fruits on this tree here, with the knowledge that you were given. Without question, you were doing what you were supposed to do, which brought in this judgment. This could be for other people that have wronged you. This could be judgment on yourself that you've forgiven yourself for. This could be speaking the truth, blowing the horn from the right-hand side. So that's with logic. The cross of blue, That could be medical, that could be urgent, that could be your throat chakra, using your gifts from what was hidden. As this angel here is actually standing on the moon, so fully present within the subconscious, fully guided by those around them, balanced enough to do so, and blowing the horn from the logic. So whether this be the sword of truth that you needed to cut yourself free, the rest of them are kind of stuck in the ground. So maybe they're stuck more in the physical realm. But there's one up here. This very well could be your sword. And there's two up here, don't forget. And that could be your ancestors, your spirit guides, the angels, whatever you want to call it, the divine, God. That could be them ready, okay? Because they got a part in this too. It's not just us. Yeah, we're responsible for ourselves. We're responsible for how we think, how we act, how we feel, what choices we make, how we use our vessel, how we treat our vessel. And then there's the duality of it, the light and dark, that guides us. We can be guided in one direction or the other, or kind of stay a little bit in the middle. It's totally up to you. You decide. This is on the left-hand side for this sword. Like if you're facing out this way, the way I'm facing out. To you, it's the right, looking at me, but this is the left-hand side. So from the left-hand side, to me, looking at it would be logic, because it controls the right hand. Most people function with the right hand. Some people are ambidextrous and they can use both. Some people are just left-handed. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm not going to make any assumptions, but you yourself could be left-handed, or you have been experimenting with connecting both sides of your brain. What can we get for the Three of Coins? Three of Coins. Three of Coins. These are your gifts, okay? These are little hints or little bits of advice that you can take. These are handwritten cards of myself. I'm going to get a couple of them out here. All right. First ones to come out was Crown Chakra. So for your Three of Coins, your gift. Crown Chakra, Gemini. All right. Making sure that's clear. If you need a scalp massage, go do so. If you need to cleanse your scalp, if you need to do whatever you need to do, go ahead and do it. You never miss out when you stay true to you. Follow your path. What is true to your genuinely? That's what I put to you. What is true to you genuinely? Okay, follow your path. What is true to you genuinely? Maybe you're not so good at writing, or maybe it's the apostrophe there. Something to do with the apostrophe. And there's a certain symbol that they use for mental health. So your clarity could be very, very on point. Like I said, paving the way for other people. Yes, you can pave the way for other people, but ultimately when you go on your journey, you have to go on your path that's meant for you. If you try to maybe follow in the footsteps of another person, that's okay, but you still have to follow your own path. If you try to enact and copy every single thing another person is and try to embody their energy and live in their shoes, that's a little bit of an issue, because that's not being authentic to you. Yes, you can appreciate what people do. Yes, you can be very appreciative of how they make you feel, or their energy and how it impacts you. That's fine, but you're special too, not just them. Core set. That's what I'm seeing right now. Your core values, your core mindset, your solar plexus energy, your inner child. What else? Validation of another is wanting to belong, and recognition of self. So kind of wanting that validation from other people. If you're not giving that to yourself, you have more than enough. I'm going to let you know right now. But other people might kind of let you down. You know, they may not give you what you want, and then what? That all of a sudden determines who you are, or that all of a sudden determines how you feel about yourself? No. Ultimately, it's up to you to decide how you feel about yourself. So you already belong and are worth so very much. Please remember that. That's very important. Do not forget that part. Oxy. oxygen, breathing patterns. Breathing can also be information too. What is the external of you showing you to help you learn more about what you can heal? Pick. So my habit I used to have is I used to be very specific on my face. I have a huge asset right here and I want to go at it, but I am not going to, because just because there's an imperfection does not mean that you aren't perfect in your own way. Okay, so kind of going at something too much or focusing and trying to be perfectionist at something too much and not allowing some room to grow or room for breathing is going to be a little bit of an issue. Light a candle for your past loved ones or someone special with the intent to honor and give thanks. Like I said, you do have help in the divine realm. You have help from your spiritual guides. There's a whole team there ready to help you. You're not alone. Even when points you make are valid, there is a true time and place to speak it. This comes back to the ego, and this also comes to being modest or humble. Now, it's never okay for somebody to feel like they have the right to step in and make you humble or make you modest or kind of humiliate you or whatever. That's not okay. That's not okay at all. We do enough on our own with our light and dark side. Our shadow side will hand our ass to us once in a while. Okay? Nobody should go out of their way to do that to you, because that's inflicting harm on you. And that is also a projection of their own self and how they feel about themselves. And the animals around you tell a message, familiar or unfamiliar. They can help here and in the spiritual realm. So if you have a familiar, you have an animal, sometimes they'll pick up on your energy. Let's say you're in a really happy mood or something, they're running up and down, or they're super, super affectionate, or they come up to you when you are at a high vibrational scent. Scent is also information too. They'll come to you. Oh, that's what I wanted to get to. I wanted to save that for the other one though, but I'll give like a snippet of what I was going to say is cleanliness. Okay, like a fresh scent versus a pungent scent. A smell of a room that is pleasant versus a smell of a room that is full of odor. One creates a sort of reaction internally that triggers a response. So clean and fresh and calming and inviting and pleasant creates a sense of safety. Okay? And then pungent or really not so pleasant odors or things that would create a reaction within your subconscious that are not so positive creates a sense of unsurety, maybe putting up your guards or maybe questioning. It doesn't create a sense of safety. So scent is very important. Even if you can't hear or see, scent is very important. And it is a form of communication. It is information. And it's very, very important to know this. But what I'm going to do is I'll save the rest of that for another read, because that's what I wanted to get into. This might be important for you too. Take it as it resonates. Okay, so what's this action that you took? Ace of Clubs. What did you do, Gemini? What did you do to get here? Seven of Cups in the reverse. So you turned down many different options, many different offers, all of which could be good or bad. You're like, nope, 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 I don't want that, nope, nope. And the Emperor energy, standing in your power, masculine or feminine. This does come off as a masculine energy. So standing in your power, making sure that you are making the choices that you need. If there are people that are listening to you or following you, even somebody that's like a social media platform or something like that, you are making sure that your words are spoken with clarity and good intention, because those seeds are very important when other people come across them. We have to take accountability for that. And trying to get the message across in a fair way is very important. 1 before 5, self-love. Doing so from a healed heart chakra. Doing so It may seem to others that you kind of put yourself on a pedestal, or maybe you're sitting very firmly in your seat and you don't want to get up. But that sense of control that other people want of yours, you worked really hard for it, Gemini. So don't question yourself in a bad way. Don't be too hard on yourself. Okay, we don't want this Eight of Swords energy. Can we get a little bit more of why the Eight of Swords come up? What did you say? What did you do? Are you still down? It doesn't feel like it. All because of other people are fighting behind the fucking scenes. So this hasn't even nothing to do with you. Maybe they assume that it has something to do with you and you're responsible. You're doing what you need to do for you. And they could be fully pissed off that you are turning down the offers that you didn't want. You're doing things in a fair manner, and not everybody's going to be happy about that. And I'm being guided because this just went over to the side. Past life oracle, what's the pattern? These are things your ancestors went through, or what they've learned or discovered about themselves. Okay? There's that judgment energy, authority figure. This could be passed down to you as your gift. This is one of your gifts. You get to call judgment, like calls them as I sees them. I'm not trying to harm anybody, but I know this is not right. This is not just, this is not fair. I calls it as I sees it. And those offers that are being given to me, I don't want them. One of them's a severed head. No, thank you. It's like allowing people to come into your energy, and even before you make the choice to do so, you get the information that you're given, and you know that it's not the way you want to go because there are negative outcomes. So another person can be mad that you see that shit ahead of time. It's like playing chess. You see that already. You're not down for it. You call judgment. Communal living, dealing with multiple people, big family maybe. This is living with a lot of energies. Okay, this is community. This is development as well. You've got these ladders going up here from the bottom. You see that? That's 1 and 2 ladders. That could be ladder or ladder. That could be DNA. This is within your DNA. The information, like the seeds, are given to you, not just from sperm, not just from blood, right? But even your mother's milk, the information that's passed to you are the seeds. So, like I said before, it's not just about the harvest. It's about what you do with them. Scribe or writer, one of your keys. You can use this for good or bad. Ultimately, you get to decide what are you going to do with it. You could be the one that holds the scrolls, meaning your Akashic record, meaning everything that came before you. You could be very attuned in and tapped into the knowledge, and you get certain downloads or information that's given to you from your ancestors for you to use for good. Not bad. You can light that candle for past loved ones, which I may be doing soon, for the ones that have passed before me, closest to me, or even those that I've never met, but are with me in spirit, that have been guiding me and helping me. Keeps wanting me to go back to the animals. Okay, so what about the animals? You're familiar with them. Maybe you're very good with animals, or animals take a liking to you. 2 of Cups. This is union within self. There's the intertwined snakes. Leo energy, so strength, guidance, protection, the wings over both of them, kind of creating like an umbrella for protection. If you are currently in a relationship, it is being protected, even though certain things may be happening around you right now. Where was it? What's the external of you showing you to help you learn more about what you can heal? Okay, so it's trying to tell you something. Wanting to belong, your partner could want to belong to certain people or want their acknowledgement, but you're okay on your own, or vice versa. Take it as it resonates. Your partner is able to see as well. You both have a divine bloodline, and you share many things in common. You stand on the same ground. Only difference is this person's heels are on the ground and you're kind of tiptoeing, 10 toes down. Look at that. She's standing on her tippy toes, like ballerina, Highland dancing. standing 10 toes down. There's so many different meanings behind that. Do your own research, okay? I only have the 30 minutes here and I'm already 25 minutes in. Island time wellness. If you're single, this is union within self and having the inner strength. That duality of masculine and feminine. Feminine? I don't have the thing to look it up right now. I don't even know if that's a word. But like I said, the energy of the emperor, you could be feminine in your emperor energy too. Through self-love, taking precautions to protect yourself, which usually the masculine energy does. The butterfly, relationship evolving to the next phase, healing the inner child and growth. This could be also symbolic for matriarch, even maternity too. What's blossoming and blooming, those seeds. I want a little bit more on this energy. How can you avoid the Eight of Swords energy? Or if you have not already, what can you do? Eight of Swords, Eight of Swords. There's a lot of shit developed behind the scenes that you're not seeing, and that's fine. You're protected from that. Don't worry too much. Hierophant energy. Okay, making sure that the new way of being, the change that's happening, the guidance that you're given, the information that you have, all the knowledge and wisdom from the Akashics, whatever you decide for new tradition, make sure you're doing it with good intention. This is being given to you. Okay, you can do it through writing, you can do it through scribing, you can do it through community, you can do it through calling judgment for situations. Now you don't get too involved, but you see what you see, you understand both sides, and you say what you need to say, okay? But don't get too involved in other people's dramas. That's not okay. That's just going to distract you. And the Knight of Clubs, movement forward. That's that club energy that I'm seeing here. Taking what you have and going with it. Creating the path for other people. With a youthful heart. The horse has only got 1 foot on the ground and 3 up. So your familiars or any kind of animal guides that are with you in the spiritual realm, they have some here on the ground and some in the spiritual realm. So you could connect with them and use them to guide you if you want to before it snows. In my region anyways, get out there into nature and see what it has to offer you. Whatever signs and synchronicities are meant for you to see right in front of you. Okay? And you do it with a cloak of green. Good intention. You still have your shield, your body armor, and the base layer would be the solar plexus from your inner child, your heart. How can I get here? What's the judgment that's been called? What's the judgment that's been called, please? People plotting and planning against you, using words against you, trying to harm you, but you seem to turn everything that they use against you into a form of protection. That's the energy I'm picking up. Take it as it resonates. I don't think this is you, but if you're the one plotting and planning, then judgment will be called. But other people, there's 3 tents in the back. It's kind of like they're sitting and waiting. They're just waiting outside. They're giving each other smoke signals, or maybe they're smoke signaling to you. I don't see a white flag here, but surrender is always part of it. And you got a little bit of greenery down there at the bottom. So all this plotting and planning, there's still room for growth. Even if people do things with poor intention, ultimately the judgment gets called on them. I'm going to do some of the runes. I'm going to read some of those. Please and thank you. These are the Elder Furthark runes. Furthark. There's no R, but for some reason I say Furthark. 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 Arc as in saving, arc as in salvaging. Faye, you Earthar. We've got Sawilo. Okay. Letter S, solar plexus, and heart chakra. You can look these up. They have multiple meanings. And we've got Barkanan, which is the healing rune. It looks like the letter B. Legit. The letter B. And then we've got Feiyu, which is honesty, possessions, luck, happiness, abundance, and so on and so forth. Letter F, solar plexus, and third eye chakra. Like I said, they have multiple meanings. You can look these up with whatever tool you use to research. Threza, TH, heart chakra and crown chakra. Meditation knowledge. Multiple meanings. You can pause this if I go too fast, okay? Remember to love you, Gemini. Please do. You're a part of this too.